Okay.
Now, you always want to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is.
Yes, this man looked like a donkey.
A New Jersey man with decade-long criminal history crashes a stolen ambulance into a store, and then he hits a cop car. Marcus Stapleton reportedly has a lengthy criminal history dating back nearly 20 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Marcus Stapleton of New Jersey stole and crashed an ambulance 3 times before police apprehended him Monday morning following a 2-hour crime spree.
Oh, no.
He allegedly stole the ambulance, drove it to the front of a convenience store where he was asking the clerk, for directions.
Oh, my goodness. Truly a donkey.
Then as he was pulling out, he hit a parked cruiser before driving it a short distance, crashing it again, and ultimately fleeing on foot before police caught him.
How did he get on the other side?
Now,
I guess the fence.
Probably jump. He gives him donkey of the day because he just got out of prison. He still got his little prison bag with him. Just walked out of prison.
What is wrong with him?
Stole an ambulance, went to the store, asked the store clerk for directions. Told the store clerk he stole the ambulance and there was a body in it. Asked for directions. Then hit a car at the service station. Got out of the ambulance, went back in the store and asked again. He wanted clarity on the directions.
So prison didn't help him.
Got back in the ambulance and made a mistake and crashed into the store. That the lady had already called the police when he said he stole the ambulance from the first time.
Goodness.
So the police was already on him.
Right.
So then the cruiser parked on like this in the street as he was coming, thinking he would stop. He ran right through the cruiser and kept going.
Like in the movies.
Like in the movies. And kept going and crashed a couple of more times. So he finally jumped out. You see, he got a flat tire. Finally jumped. That's probably what stopped him.
You think he'll be able to get out again?
No.
After all of this?
So Charlemagne the God said he thinks that this man wanted to go back to prison.
You think?
Yeah, he did.
It ain't the same as what's his name on the Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence movie.
Because he said he didn't do it.
He ran and he knew he was going to get shot.
But he didn't do a victim crime. That's why he thinks he wanted to go back.
I think mentally was not right with
I
him.
think personally he was on drugs or something.
Oh, really?
Why would you do all of that?
That is so crazy what he did. And you say he just got out.
Just walked out of prison.
For how many years? 20?
20 years or something.
Yeah, he was in there too long. He didn't have his head together. Oh, God. Donkey. So
that was your donkey of the day.
Wow. He did what Fugitive. He stole the ambulance.
I had one brief moment in The Fugitive.
And how she got it is she pretended to be me.
Have you told this story before?
I don't think so. The call was for me. They called me.
This was back in the day when I was working on a lot of movies and stuff. I would do like a lot of movies. I would be second AD or I would be like extras or something. But mostly I worked
photos in to be extras in movies.
Mostly I worked as an assistant director where I worked with people like you. What is it? Extras. Or I worked in casting. I used to work for a casting agency in Chicago.
But I think you were working a full-time job then. That's why I was surprised that unless you had flexible time.
I think I was working in the casting.
Okay.
But anyway, they called Lenore on the phone.
Because we sent our photos in and they picked my photo up and called me and said, can I come in for as an extra in The Fugitive?
And I said yes. And then I came.
She took the call and said, pretend to be me.
Because she didn't care about stuff like that. That was my life.
I think I was at a 9
and you was
to 5.
working, yeah. But you didn't care about movie life like that.
That's why you felt you should take it. But I did. I would have loved to have been an extra in the movie.
So I get there and I'm on set and I have on a turquoise coat. And this was the scene where Harrison Ford
crossing the street.
He was trying to get clothes to switch his clothes.
Yeah.
And he went into some shop and came out and he bumped into me. That was my big moment. Till they cut it out of the movie.
They cut it out, but didn't they show you?
You know why? Because through the whole movie, he's bumping into everybody. Oh, that's why they was like, there's too many bumping scenes. So they cut mine out. But you still see me walking down the street past him.
And then they used our car.
They used our car at one of the places.
It was parked.
One of the houses that he was at. Not him, the other guy. Tom.
The one that was after him.
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all, I forget. My mind is, y'all know who that was after him.
Yeah, who was after him? Because he was in U.S. Marshals.
Yes.
Okay.
Our car was outside that house as the person's car.
Now, you said you took the last...
And they pay you for that.
The salad when y'all was out in the back eating.
The thing that my one Harrison Ford, what's his name? Ford story was Tommy Lee Jones. We would have break. And then we would eat, all the people, the extras and all that stuff. And Harrison Ford always likes to eat with everybody. He didn't like to just be in his trailer. He's a real nice guy. And Tommy Lee Jones didn't say nothing to nobody.
He wasn't nice.
No.
He was just kept to himself.
He kept himself.
Okay.
He'd eat a sandwich in his car. You couldn't go around him or nothing. Where Harrison Ford was the exact opposite. He always was out with everybody and laughing and joking. So he came in. I was the last person in line for the buffet. And there was salad. And I got the last of the salad. It was only a little bit left. And I was already complaining that people didn't really leave nothing. And he came in right after me. He was in the buffet line. He came in.
Don't they eat their own food?
He wanted to eat with everybody.
Oh, that was nice of him.
And he said, "Who took all the salad?"
Did you volunteer? Did you say?
And I had the plate. I was right in front of him with the salad. And everybody started laughing. He started laughing. I said, "I didn't know. Did you want my salad, Mr. Ford?" He was like, "I'm just joking." But he knew he was making fun when he said, "Who took all the salad?" Because I took the last of the salad.
Right.
And I even said that. I said it wasn't even that much. They took all the salad. All these people here took all the salad, Mr. Ford.
I have seen that movie. Tell them quickly about the one our cousin was in. You don't have to say names, but the what's her name? Julia Roberts movie.
Oh yeah. Why you want to hear about that?
Because it's another story on the scene and how
she was an extra. She was an extra on a Julia Roberts movie, and they did a lot of scenes that it was important scenes.
Yeah,
where my cousin was in those scenes in the background.
Yeah,
and they were nice to extras. Yeah, I don't know how things have changed, but people would talk. People get these little jobs and think they all that, where they don't know. I'm the type of person, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the person sweeping the floor or the star of the movie. I'm going to talk to you the same way. Right. I don't care who you are.
Right.
So they would talk down to the extras. And I brought her that day. I wasn't an extra, but I just took her because that told you I was into the whole movie thing.
Right.
And so she shot all day. Anybody know anything about shooting? Wendy, no, because she an actress. You all day. Could be for one little thing. But they shot with her all day with Julia Roberts. And she was in the background of this one scene. Well, after they finished shooting, the guy was like, he was yelling at my cousin, "You need to get in there and put this on," or something like that. And then she was like, "Who you talking to?" Because she like me. Our family is the same way. She was younger
then too.
She said, "Who you talking to?" He said, You need to get in there and play. She said, "I don't need to do nothing. I'm gone." And then he said, "Where are you going?" She said, "I'm going home. I don't care about this. I don't want to be no movie star." And then I said, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't." I said, "You gonna leave." So she left. They called her, begged her to come back because Julia Roberts had to redo all those scenes.
But he shouldn't have been mean. See, it's because of him. They wasted money and time.
So it's how you talk to people.
Yes,
you don't know who you talk, and he don't know who she is. She could have been somebody's sister or cousin, or she was just an extra.
Yeah. Extra.
But you should treat everybody the same. I was going to show that latest Keith Lee video. He did a video where the woman started praising God. She didn't know. He told you he don't go in there. He sends his family. Oh. And he talks about, I'll do this real quick. He talks about, they was at Six Flags in Atlanta. And it was 11 o'clock and they was trying to get something to eat and the park closed at 11. So when they would go to the places in the park, it wasn't nothing that you would want or it was closed down. So they got on the phone and called this West Indian place that closed at 11. And they said, and he didn't say who he was. It's his sister. She said, we at the park, we from out of town. We so hungry. We wasn't able to get nothing. Do you mind staying open for another 5-10 minutes so we could come by and get something? And she said the lady was nice. She said, yeah, come on in. So she opened the door. His sister or cousin or whoever went in and got the food and then came back out. You know, he eats in his car. And they all ate their food. And he said, this is good.
The food was good.
He's a critic. He's a food critic. Keith Lee. So he went back and she said, oh, and she started crying. She said, oh my God, I prayed and asked God to bring you to my restaurant.
She did.
She said, oh my God.
Isn't that beautiful?
She said, I prayed.
Because once he gives his critique on your food and it's good, your business shoots up.
She said, God answered my prayer. And I didn't even know. He said, that's why I wanted to come back. Because you didn't know it was me.
That's beautiful.
He said, I didn't know you was praying that God was sending me
here. And she left her doors open to feed them. She could have very well said, we closing. We closed.
And he said, he said something had led me to come in here.
That's beautiful.
And he said, come to her place. If God go to Keith Lee's page, look at his latest critique.
Okay.
He said, come to her place. And she started crying and praising God.
Oh,
and now her restaurant gonna be off the chain
and he's been known too to give really nice tips.
Thank you.
Beautiful
and the food was good.
Yeah. So we write down some of those places that he says very well if we're in that town or that city.
Right.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So that's